going to say what I want to say and how I want to say it.
Jeez, excuse me.
Bless you.
Um, I'm just getting over a sickness.
I
So,
thought I was trying to ruin your. I was trying to ruin your sneeze.
oh, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for sharing. I should give some updates. If you guys follow my personal
Yes.
X account, over the last week, I had my son's birthday on the 7th, and we had a birthday party. And my daughter's birthday was on the 11th. We call it Butterfly Day.
That's cute.
Granted, she never made it into this world, or she wasn't birthed alive, right? She was a stillbirth, but she was born on August 9th. And so it's just every year. It's like right when it happened back in 2020, we actually, my parents did a great thing. They hosted my son's birthday party while Ash was in the hospital, because that was right during the COVID lockdowns, and they weren't allowing any visitors. And I didn't want my son to suffer because we were in the hospital. And so they actually held a birthday party for him. So it's like a good, this week is a stressful week because it's
just
my
a
son's
lot.
birthday. Yeah, it's my daughter's birthday, who isn't with us anymore, and then it's my wife's birthday on the 11th. Plus, last week my dog ran away, which was just absolutely heartbreaking. I'd never experienced that before. But last night I had a neighbor call, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, and my son was talking to me. He's like, "Do you think Balto's going to come back?" I was like, "Well, I hope so." And literally right when he brought Balto up, I got a phone call from a random number, and I had answered it, and they're like, "Hey, we have your dog. It's right down the road." So I hopped in the car, went down there, and called his name. He came right up to me, and like I scooped him up, and dude, when I brought him back into the house, because my wife didn't even know, like I ran out the house. My wife was like, "Okay."
Oh, sure.
But I can't.
Ash was probably like, what are you doing?"
Yeah. Well, and so I came back in, and I was carrying Balto, right? And so I walked in the door, and she broke down crying. It was it was such a good moment. Because Balto, he's 3/4 husky, 1/4 shepherd.
Okay.
And he's got
so he's
just
a big dog.
lot. Yeah, he's like, well, he was, before he ran away, he was about 90 pounds. I should weigh him because he had to have lost at least 20 pounds over the past week. Like he's lost.
How did he react when you how did he react when he called him?
Oh, he came
just like
right
normal, just like, hey. He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
No,
I've just been chilling.
He ran up to me. He's a very, very skittish dog. So we got him at 10 months old.
Okay.
And his owners had they have 12 dogs. And I think he was the runt, and I think he was bullied or he was not necessarily abused, but he's very, very skittish of other people. And so that's one of the reasons why I was so worried about him running away, is that he's not going to go to other people for help. He will watch from a distance and not get help. But he made it. And the last report that I got from him was a couple miles from my house, and I went back and looked. I mean, I was searching like 42 acres. Me and my buddy were out there looking for him. Didn't find him. But when I found him, he was actually closer. So he was making his way back to the house. From wherever he went, he was on his way back. So that's really good.
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm so happy. I know you had like a very stressful week, and you know what? Maybe it was a good thing that we kind of took the week off. That way you can focus on family and get like things in order. Because to be honest, like if there's so much like that's going on in your personal life, to come on here for a live stream, trying to get your mind right to present topics and really try to like develop a really good show. It's kind of difficult whenever your mind is somewhere else. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's good, and I'm glad like things like really like panned out really good for you. So It's a blessing, man.
It is.
So, but we're back. Blazing Saddles, ladies and gentlemen.
We're back. Yes.
Should I do my own voice? Bring it back.
I didn't catch that. You kind of broke up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I break up a lot. I've got issues in my life. No, I'm just kidding. No, just I'm just glad we're back, dude.
Yeah, me too, man. I mean, I really, really enjoy doing this, and but I do feel like I need to have a reason to do it, and not just. I don't want to do a show just to do a show, right? I don't want to just come on here and talk about nothing with you guys. I mean, there's a lot of there's so much going on in the world that yeah, we can talk about. I mean, we can talk about a lot of the nonsense going on that we have no control over, that we have no real influence over for days, you know. But in all reality, I believe that we can make an impact, but we have to be mindful of what we can control and what we can't.
Yes, dude. Yeah, that's so good. Like, is Stephen Maurice going to come on here and do a podcast and in the deep state? Probably not. You know what I mean? But we can talk about topics like that. I know we kind of like we. So guys, if you guys are out there, we kind of bounce ideas, but between each other before we start a show. We don't have like a real like agenda laid out like some of these, you know, really produced podcasts that go out there, and you know you'll do your 5-minute intro, boom, sponsor intro. You know, you have all of these like news articles laid out and like video content, and you have producers that are just putting this stuff up on the screen, and you're just kind of talking your way through it. We don't do that. It's kind of like we don't have a Jamie like I almost said Jamie Foxx.
Joe Rogan.
Oh my gosh, Joe Rogan. Thank you. Has, you know, we don't have any of that type of stuff. We're just two guys that are out here. We kind of like explore different ideas, and we try to present it like maybe in a perspective that, you know, everybody's kind of thinking about it. And we're just kind of casting. We're at 2,000 viewers, so that in itself is a blessing. You know, and I mean, we really engage with our audience, and we try to like we get perspectives from everybody that does comment. So I think that's what kind of sets us apart from other podcasts. We're very interactive with the people that actually do support us.
True. I think that's what makes us good, the free flow nature of it. Yeah, and you know, this is something that I tried to do, and I know that Steve has done. I mean, from the moment that we joined X, was to just be genuine to ourselves and to not compromise what we believe for the sake of making more money, which is
Oh, were you trying to pull up that comment at the same time as me? MD James from Rumble. Okay. What? You wing it? Say it isn't so.
Well, I'll tell you what. A lot of the times
we have a little home right dead air. Okay, give us credit. Say again.
I usually get home right before the podcast starts. I mean, it's 20 minutes beforehand, and then I rush in and I wash up, which is crazy. So I posted a picture of my hands yesterday, and it's got like 108,000 views. Just because I'm like, all right,
really,
every day when I get, I was like, that's the post, like really, that's the one. Here, I'll pull it up really quick.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the post that's gotten a ton of views, and I wonder why at times, because there's been times where I think that like something will go viral or something won't. But yeah, this is the post. It says, every day after I get home, the process of cleaning begins. And you can see my hands, they look like I'm 100 years old. But yeah, dude, my hands look like this every single day. It's just, I can't wear gloves during the summertime. Yeah.
Wow. 100 and was that 5? 105.3, I think. I don't know.
108.8.
Your volume's down, Mo.
What happened? I thought it was working just fine.
There we go.
Yeah, 108.8 is what it's at. So, but usually I'm getting home 30 or 20 minutes before the podcast. I wash up my hands and I kind of scroll through. Like the way that we structure the show a lot of the times is I'll pay attention throughout the day, and so will Steve, on what's going on in the world, and then we'll structure the show based on our own tweets or our own noticing of what's happening throughout the day.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's worked really well because there's so much news every single day, even during like the slow news days, right?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, it's so inundated with, like, to me, it's almost like useless information. It's just like, oh, like whenever people say like, oh, it must be a slow news day when they'll put something up or whatever, and I'm just like, what? Why can't it just be a no news day? How about that? Why do you have to like say something? It doesn't. It honestly, at the end of the day, why don't you put something up that's positive? Like, I don't know, Trump cures cancer. No, they would probably crap on that if he did that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so much, man. That's why, like, I'm part of Rhino Removal Project, right? Like, because I do understand that we do have Rhino or Republicans that are in power that need to be gone, right? But also, like, I want to enjoy like the fruits of life, like having fun and laughing. That's why I've been posting I've been posting a lot of videos that are just fun and just engage with the people that do follow and support me, and like really, because a lot of people do know that I'm like political in nature, and that's where I really develop my following. But at the end of the day, like, it's not all about that. I'm coming to realize that a ton, that yes, politics is important and it is important for the future of our country, but also there are other things like funny videos or something, like engaging with people and building a community that a lot of people miss out on because they're so focused on the things that really don't matter in life. And that's kind of like where I am trying to take my account and my platform, is developing my community and getting the people that want to talk with me and engage. And that's just kind of I think Tom McDonald, when we did our conspiracy podcast, he like nailed it down what I want to do. Your vibe is your tribe. Like, I want to have fun. I want to understand people and develop a real good community and just continue on with that, man, because it's just there's more to life, man.
There is. Your friendly neighborhood said, I answered the post myself, talked about gasoline in my hands after filling my wife's car. Now, the only thing that I have against that is all the additives and the ethanol and whatever they put in gasoline nowadays. When it absorbs into your skin, it's really, really not good for you. So maybe 40 years ago, the gasoline was fine on your hands, or at least not as bad. But yeah, nowadays, well, I would recommend against cleaning your hands with gasoline.
I'm just gonna let you know, gasoline from today is racist and a Nazi product.
Probably. Check this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact Chevron. You're racist.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of Tribe of Patriots hats. I gotta figure out what to do with them. My sponsor sent it to me at Smoking Gun Coffee. So if you guys don't know, I have a coffee sponsor, but they also make hats, and I have one jacket as well in an extra large, and so I have to figure out what to do with these. And I know, like, yeah, like,
you know my address. You could just send me one. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true.
I'd rock it. I mean, look, dude, look what the hat I'm wearing.
Yeah, I have one.
I've been wearing this hat like almost every single day since the gun range, man.
I got this one too. Smoking Gun Coffee, Rise of the Patriots. I just like.
Oh, hey Mo, you have got to do this.
Up?
You have got to send Mama Judy a hat. She is an amazing subscriber, bro. I promise you.
I'm going to make a note of it. Actually, I'm going to put it in my phone.
Hey, Mama Judy, post your handle in the comments. Yeah, I think
or just,
I'm drawing a blank right now. I think Jean or something's in it, but
DM
she's
me. I'll
awesome.
send you a hat. And so this is one of the things is my wife said that I should sign him, and I don't know. Like I have a Native Patriot signature. I've signed a couple things, but I don't know how people would feel about that. So, or if you guys wanted a signed hat, I don't know. DM me if you guys want. If you guys want a
Sign it.
Tribe Patriots hat,
I would sign it F you. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I'd make something funny. I'd write something like so hilarious that like every time they see the hat, they would laugh because that's the impact I want to have. I want to have fun and laugh, dude.
okay,
Obviously, we got
Mama
to talk about
Judy.
crushing the state and defending the Constitution, right? But like
Yeah.
there's so many like news articles that come out and so many news shows and spaces on X that just circle jerk each other and do the same thing over and over and over again. But I think that's what sets us apart because we do talk about stuff in like nuclear family and the
It's the
importance of
most
it.
important stuff that we talk about.
Exactly. But I think we bring a fresh and a new approach, and I think a lot of people resonate with that because we're not like breaking news. So the deep state is full of crap. We don't do stuff like that. We just talk.
Okay, so yes, they are available on the website. If you go to smokingguncoffee.com, it's Smokin' Gun. There's a tab of Tribe of Patriots up here. I don't know if are they sold out? No, they're not sold out anymore. Okay, they ordered a new batch. They are sold out. Okay, so these are the only hats that they made. So no, this is an exclusive, I guess, where somehow you got to get them from me. So I'll talk to him and see what that's about. But
Hey,
yeah,
you want to run through the sponsor before we like
dude,
get down to the
yes.
next.
I am actually really excited about this sponsor, you guys, because this is something that I've discussed for a very long time on in various moments, but we started talking to this sponsor, and it's an app called Quitter, and it's an anti-porn company. So you know what? Just check this out. We'll talk a little bit more about it later, but. Yeah, watch this, you guys.
And if you're shocked by these two men dying in the pursuit of pleasure, it's more common than you might think. And this issue may lay a lot closer to home than imagined. Porn addiction will mentally kill you long before you reach the same fate as these guys. Quitter is on a mission to take over the industry, help men regain control of their lives, and finally break free from this evil habit. With their in-app 28-day challenge, 500,000 men have already seen incredible changes in their lives, with increased discipline, improvement in ED, and confidence in themselves and in talking to women. Quitting porn doesn't have to be difficult, and with Quitter's cutting-edge app, 28 days is all it takes to enjoy the physical and mental benefits. Now you might be thinking, how do I know if I need help? Well, with Quitter's free porn addiction quiz, you can see how your habits compare to the 500,000 men that they have helped overcome their addiction forever. All you have to do is click the link in the description and download the app and begin the test. Today is the day you'll stop saying I'll quit tomorrow and regain control before it's too late.
I think as a society, we have underestimated the effect that porn has had on young men's brains, or even just actually men at any age, and how easily accessible it is, and what it has done to the pursuit of women in a commendable way that would make them worthy of following, right? Like men, as biblically, we are supposed to be the leader of our spouse. And a lot of men these days aren't worthy of being the leader of their spouse. That's why women aren't following the men, is because they're porn addicted and video game addicted, and I mean, among many, many other things. There's just so many issues with them attacking the minds of men to get them into this dopamine addiction. And not only that, I mean, they put gay bait in there, and they feminize maybe not feminize the porn, but I don't even know what to call it. basically they're just trying to make men gay or impotent or uh,
Hmm.
or feed into fetishes. So this company, Quitter, we partnered up with them, and I'm really excited about it. We're actually going to be recording a commercial. We're actually kind of really late on recording a commercial.
Just a little.
So
I know. I meant to text Eddie today, but sorry, I've been kind of busy with rhino removal stuff, dude. But I know it's important.
I really do.
No, yeah. But yeah, I think it's just some moral fabric that's kind of like degraded between men and both women. And just because like women are becoming the product and the men are becoming the consumer, and it's just I don't know. It's just this porn addiction or these OnlyFans models, or it's a product of our society. So you have like these foundational issues, and all you're seeing now is like the product or the result, maybe for a better term, like
symptom.
the result of what's the symptom result, whatever it's been going on. And it's just all it comes down to is just the foundation of what it means to be a Christian American or a Christian nuclear family household. And the further you stray away from something like that, the further and further worse it's going to get. I mean, we see these kids that are being transitioned and are able to doing that without parental consent on the West Coast, and it's just a snowball effect, right? So we have to curtail that back. And I know we do talk about the fun things, like I was kind of bringing that up a second ago, talking about the fun things in life, but at the end of the day, we still need to focus on what's really important in this country and how we can change the culture climate, or the evil that's going on in this country.
Yeah, and I know that I bring this up often. Is that people are very concerned about the Epstein client list, and they believe that if only we had this list public, that all of our problems would be solved because we could deal with them. But there's millions and millions of OnlyFans subscriptions. Pornhub is still one of the most popular sites in the world, but also in the United States. And it's hard for me to believe the genuine nature of a lot of these people calling for the Epstein client list when all that's true, right? When people are at night looking at porn on their phone and funding or basically funding the human trafficking industry. It's like during the day they'll shout at the Epstein clients and that it should be released and that it's all Trump's fault that it's not being released. But then at night they're looking through their porn and crap, and they're not only destroying their own mind, but they're literally funding the human trafficking industry, which is terrible. I mean, I saw a stat the other day that women between the ages of 18 and 24, that there's 1.4 million women in the United States that have OnlyFans accounts.
Wow.
That are on OnlyFans. And it's like 14% of the women in America between the ages of 18 and 24 are on OnlyFans.
So there's like 10 million women. Okay, I mean, I guess that would make sense with population increase, but man, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So I do want to be a devil's advocate for those people, not for what they do at night, but what they do during the day. I do think like the discovery of the Epstein client list. I don't know if people. I don't want to bring Q into this too much, but in the Great Awakening and all of that stuff. But I do think releasing the list. I know people are trying to downplay it, like, oh, we don't care about that anymore. Those are propagandists, dude. I don't listen to those people. But I do think it could create like some sort of cataclysm of events where, okay, we have this Epstein client list, we have these elite group of pedophiles that are doing all of this stuff. This is where the money's coming from, and like they trickle down and they discover and they say, oh my gosh, this is a really bad problem worldwide. It could lead into like a potential where it develops into where like, okay, well, okay, so these OnlyFans models are not, they're just as bad as these kids and these other women that are being trafficked. Do you understand what I'm getting at? It's like, maybe if the Epstein client list was actually released, it could potentially lead to OnlyFans being destroyed. So we can't like really close off an option of something like that ending because we don't want to release the client list.
I mean, yeah, I think that you're right about that. It could create something like that, but the problem in this country would still persist. The problem is that a lot of people in this.
But how do you know, Maurice? How do you know it wouldn't awaken a massive group of people to say that's like, oh my gosh, our country is being ran by pedophiles? Like, we have so many disgusting people that are in power. Potentially, like, dude, you could have these people that are OnlyFans models that are like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? And I mean, obviously we want to turn them to God and Christ and all that, but it could like open people's minds to, because like, for example, like, have you ever done something?
So like bring it to the forefront.
No, just real quick, but I'll let you get to it. Have you done something over time and you haven't like realized what you were doing until somebody called you out by doing it? Like maybe you weren't communicating properly with somebody. So what if this is the event that actually pushes people to like really change? But I'm bringing this as a scenario. I don't want to be like so close-minded about like the potential of what this list could do.
You know, that's actually a good point, because if I've learned anything over these past, I guess, my entire adult life, is that people are more willing to move when somebody leads them to it, right? Like, popular movements happen for a reason, and sometimes movements can get that big burst when it happens from the top. But I think with the way that Elon is promoting this AI porn, basically with the companions,
right, anime,
I think, I think that even if we got the Epstein client list, and maybe this is just me being a little black-pilled, but even if we got the Epstein client list, I don't think that it would change the sentiment that much. But I do like your perspective on that, in believing that it could help bring it to the forefront and publicly shame and punish the ones who have been doing very egregious acts.
Sure.
So that I guess that's a good idea,
Yes.
Or at least a good perspective on it. And
Maybe.
I mean, this is something where it's like I'm personally not against releasing the Epstein client list, and it is something I care about a lot. But I just, the only thing I don't like about it is that people believe that this will solve all of our problems, and I have a hard time with that. And the way that I've tried to, the way that I've tried to communicate that, people are just like, oh, so you just support pedophiles now? No, I do not. Jeez.
They're just as close-minded. Yeah, exactly. Now, dude, 100% agree. And I wasn't trying to insinuate like releasing the client list would be the end all for pedophilia in this country or degeneracy. No, but there is a potential where it could awaken a lot of people. And to be honest, like, there's a lot of evil people in this country, and we need more to be able to stand out against this. So if we gain like somebody that has the influence of like maybe like Riley Gaines, or I don't know, someone with more importance, or someone that has like a very large audience that can really come out and go against this type of degeneracy, it kind of compounds and it has a domino effect is what I'm trying to implore.
That's us, man. We'll
Well,
have that.
yeah,
Well,
I'm
not right
trying,
now.
man.
Not right
Yeah.
now. But I really believe that with the population declining, well, okay, it's
Hmm.
not declining necessarily, but birth rates are going down. They have gone down. I mean, back in 2008 and 2000, like the 2005 through 2009,
Hmm.
there was a ton of news and studies and reports about how people aren't having kids, and it's showing. I mean, especially
Yes.
with this Gen Alpha. I mean, there's like a 20 million drop in replacement,
Yeah.
and we are
Dude, the
we are
United
at the
States didn't even
stage.
have either.
What?
Japan, bro.
Oh yeah.
They are in dire need. They're eventually going to work, not have enough people to be able to work. It's insane.
Dude,
I think within the next 20 years, man, it's going to be
we're there.
bad.
We're at that point. We're just not to the point yet where we don't have the workers as of yet, but it's coming. It is inevitable. There is no way around it. You have to be capable, competent, and if you have kids, if you have young kids especially, you have to raise them to be capable, competent people, because they will not be able to just sit on the sidelines, because there is going to be an abundance of old people and very few young people in order to keep our society going. Now, some people say that like AI is going to save us. See,
Kilburn.
like exactly like that. Some people say that robots are going
Trying
to
to
save
do.
us,
Yeah.
but there's infrastructure in our country that can't be done by robots, at least not to my knowledge. I don't believe that robots are going to be able to fulfill the labor that needs to be done. Like if you call a company and you say, I need repairs on my house, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how a robot is going to come out at 2 o'clock in the morning because your plumbing backed up and fix your problem.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. And I don't know how it could.
Yeah. So all of this, in my opinion, is part of the globalist agenda, depopulation. So that it's so they say like depopulation is only like the trans movement and all things like that, but it's multi layered, right? With the food industry and water and air, and trying to get people relying on the medical industrial complex and things like that. But it's a lot more than that. So we're breaking down society in general. So where people aren't procreating, or an abortion, how many millions of children, unborn kids, were killed through abortion? Tens, hundreds of millions of kids over the last 100 years. So
It's about
it's just
70 million in the last 65
seven.
years.
Okay.
But the amount of people that it has taken away is at least it's 100, if not 200 million, just because those people would have
If those
procreated
had
by this time.
correct. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, like, just there's so many different aspects to how depopulation is actually working, and a lot of people, even Elon Musk, is sounding the alarm. I mean, he's banging everything in sight and trying to get kids into this planet. I mean, he's adding to the population, so I can't really too much hate on him. But I won't talk about his Neuralink stuff. But anyways, yeah, man, there's a lot of things going on this planet, and like that, like you kind of alluding to, like there's only so much we can control, right?
Mhm.
And you can only control what's in your vicinity. And whenever you have your vicinity on lockdown, you have a good foundation. That's when you can branch off, you know. And
Or when you
like
should, because sometimes
correct.
people really make a difference just by doing, like, you never know what act of kindness or greatness that you do throughout your daily life will skyrocket you. Like look at Oliver Anthony, right? The country
Mhm.
singer who sang Richmond, North of Richmond. Right now,
The
he
guy that
wasn't
didn't want to
doing
get in
like
politics, out of politics, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, so he was just doing his thing. He wasn't
Hmm.
he didn't see himself as anything incredibly special, but he just one day his song made a difference to millions and millions of Americans. And you never know when your action or when you're going to be put in the spotlight when you don't want to be. Because I mean, even
Fair
look
enough.
at someone like Daniel Penny, right? Daniel Penny is a Marine veteran. Was
Hmm.
riding the subway in New York one day, and decided to subdue an insane, crazy homeless person, and the guy ended up
Right.
dying. And so he gets put in the national spotlight, but his
Mhm.
actions were good. They were just. They were something that could have been very wrong. Like if he had stayed up late and he was hung over that day and he made a bad choice in how to approach the situation, it could have
Correct.
turned out way different. But he was clear minded and he handled the situation exactly like he should have. And in this case, justice was served. He was not locked up for I don't even remember the guy's name who he subdued, but you never know when your influence will explode onto the country. So it is a
True.
good thing to live your life as I mean they say that your character is determined by what you do when nobody is watching, right? Well, sometimes
Yes.
what you think is happening where nobody is going to watch actually gets spread all over the country and can influence millions of Americans and maybe even sometimes
Fair
people
enough.
all around the world. So it's good to just live a good life, right? Embody the values you wish to see in this world.
True.
That's just that's the best advice that I can possibly give.
So maybe I can make an analogy with this and a potential segue first here on the Cowboys and Indians podcast. So we have a situation where Maurice was talking about, you never know what action or inaction you might take that might go viral, just like a post on the internet, right? Because you never know what you post online, like your dirty hands, over 100,000 views. I post all the time, like, oh man, this is a banger. It's going to roll like 7,000 views or something crazy like that. So you know exactly
Yeah.
what I'm talking about too. Like the
Oh
ones
yeah.
that you want to like go viral will never go viral because it's not meant to be, right? So, but anyways, like online and like virility and what you do and what you say and what you don't say, a lot of impact on a lot of people, right? Especially if you have an account that's a larger size. So every comment, every post could potentially affect someone positively or negatively, right? But there are also people out there on the internet that do have a different agenda, that have an ulterior motive. Uncle Tonto and Power Ultra Podcast USA. Oh my God, I love you, Jaron. I'm just gonna say, I just love you, bro. Hopefully everything's going on with you, by the way, going good with you, by the way. But anyway, so what I'm gonna say is like, I don't know why this has happened. Maybe over the last 6 months to a year, the internet has gone like really crazy, especially on X. You have people that will make it their daily intention to try to bring other people down. Like they'll say, "Oh, you're a grifter," or you're something you're not not not. I don't even know. I don't even know how to put it into words. Like there's some people that actually wake up in the morning. Oh, I'm gonna drink coffee, get on their phone. All right, I'm gonna try to tear down these people.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people would waste so much time and energy onto other people that they have never met in their life and want to tear others down, unless that they're communist, right? You got to tear the commies down. That's okay. But I see a lot of division happening within the conservative movement where people are trying to one up others, or they're like, so when you voted, did you, I just want to ask you, Maurice, when you voted for President Trump, did you vote solely for the Epstein client list?
No, God no. Hey, you know what? You
Oh,
know what's funny? Oh, actually, you know what?
Oh, you did?
But no, I did not. No. God, no.
Oh, okay. No, just what I'm alluding to is like people are they're like virtue signaling online on these one specific topics, and it's just it's this nauseating and man, I don't know. I, I had like this huge thing I wanted to talk about before the podcast, and like obviously like I'm just running into these like roadblocks all the way along. But I'm just saying it's just nauseating sometimes to be online because and that's why like I've kind of backed off a little bit from politics because like I could make my stances on something, but at the same time, does it really matter? Like I'm not out there to get these clicks and get these impressions or whatever. I'm just trying to build community and just trying to have fun online and just embracing the people that embrace me. I'm all about reciprocal energy from now on. I used to follow people that had mutual follows, people that had 2 million, 10 million followers, and we were both following each other, but they never done anything for me. You know what I mean? I just don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really get what you mean because there's been I've been really trying to figure out who. I guess I've met a couple people in these past couple years that have been amazing people. Like I will say, the lectern leader, Adam.
Mm-hmm. He's amazing.
He
have
is
his
an
hat.
incredible person.
By the way,
we have to have him on the podcast soon, like very soon.
Okay. Do we have some breaking news?
Well, he's releasing a book, and
nice.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. So he is one of the people that I wholeheartedly trust, and I believe that he is a genuinely good person.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a couple others, but I've kind of realized, maybe just looking out on how the games are played, and I've had a really hard time jumping into a lot of the circles that I've been
privy to,
like
maybe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I have such a hard time associating with people. I mean, the shirt I'm wearing, "Make America Straight Again," right,
Mm-hmm.
is from the Old State Saloon in Idaho. Mark Fitzpatrick runs that saloon, and again, I think he's a genuinely good person. We had a couple of larger influencers down there.
Mm-hmm.
The bearded vet, the Texas one, his wife, Jay. I don't remember his handle right now.
Jay Hans.
But there were a couple people out there who were, again, genuinely good people, and I would love to do more things like that. But the problem is that it's not profitable, and it is
Mm-hmm.
expensive to do. It's expensive
Correct.
to host. Like the only reason that that the Hetero Awesome event happened was because Mark took out $80,000 of his own money to make it happen, and it breaks my heart to see that a lot of maybe more financially well-off people are not as willing to create cultural events than
Yeah.
than what I see. A lot of the times, once I see people make it big, they
Mm-hmm.
kind of pull back, and then they get like safe in their rhetoric. I will say I'm
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
most people, or maybe I won't say most people. A lot of people really don't like Nick Fuentes.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I actually respect his willingness to say what's on his mind, regardless of whether he's right or wrong, or if it's going to hurt him financially or not. Like
Correct.
he's
someone that
actually
stands
one
by
of-
his convictions.
yes, yeah, and I
Like
respect
I
him a
don't care
lot
if you're
more
wrong.
than
Like have the balls to say something and stick to it.
yeah.
That's another problem. Like so many people get so like I post things online, and if people get butthurt, do I delete my post? Hell no. I just mute the conversation and just let it ride, bro. Because you know what? In life, you're not going to make everybody happy. Not everybody's going to agree with you, and that's okay. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you have your own voice and your opinion, and if people choose not to like it, that's their problem, right? Because if I post, your volume's low again, buddy.
I just got to get closer to the mic is all.
Okay. But you understand what I'm saying. Like, people don't have the balls to, like, dude, stereotypes are hilarious to me, and I'm going to talk about them from now on. Like, I don't care. I mean, I hate everybody, so I can talk crap about everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I don't hate everybody. I just hate more people than others. No, I'm just kidding. That would make me a racist or a stereotype. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just rambling here. But you understand what I'm getting at.
I made this post today, and some people were like, "Oh, this isn't going to play well with your crowd." And
your crowd.
Yeah. But I said anti-Christianity, anti-white, and anti-masculinity are all bigger problems than anti-Semitism.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, this is I've been literally saying this for years, right? I mean, this is back in like 2023. When was this? Yeah, October 17th of 2023. I said I'm not for Israel. I'm not pro-American. Or Jesus.
Whoa, I'm ending the podcast right now. I'm just kidding.
I said I'm not for Israel. I'm pro-American. I'm not for Palestine. I'm pro-American. I'm not for Ukraine. I'm pro-American. I'm not for Russia. I'm pro-American.
Correct.
I mean, this has been I've been saying the same thing for literally years now. But I believe that the downfall of our culture came a lot more from these three problems up here, which is anti-Christianity, anti-white, and anti-masculinity, than anti-Semitism. And I honestly believe that anti-Semitism... No. Don't clip that.
Don't worry. I'm going to clip it, Mikhail.
No. I think that a lot of our problems have come from these three things so much more than like it hasn't. Our problems aren't stemmed from anti-Semitism. Our problems won't be fixed by anti-Semitism or enforcing the rules against anti-Semitism. Like it is so low on my list that if somebody is anti-Semitic, I honestly, it's just like, I don't give a shit. You can be anti-Semitic all you want. That's fine. Because you know what? You know what has been acceptable in our country for the last 20 years? For my entire adult life, it has been acceptable to be anti-white. It has been acceptable to be anti-Christian. And it has been acceptable to be anti-masculine. Or anti-marriage, like true marriage. One man, one woman, right? All of that stuff is far more important than somebody having their opinion on whatever the heck the Jews are doing over in Israel. Okay, like it is so low on my list that it irritates the hell out of me that it dominates the conversation constantly.
Yeah,
it is just all the time on my feed. Everywhere on X, everywhere on social media, they're always talking about, anti-Semitism or this is the most pressing threat in our country is anti-Semitism. We have to crack down on anti-Semitism. It's like no, we screwed up our culture a long time ago, and it's not because of people hating the Jews, okay, or people hating Israel. I don't care about that. I'm for America. Correct. And you know what screwed over America is the anti-Christianity, anti-white, and anti-masculine movement. That has screwed over America. That's what I'm concerned about.
You're a Native American Nazi, just so you know. And be proud of it. Call me a Nazi. I don't care, dude. Call me a Nazi. I don't give a flying F. We're on a Christian network, and I had to stop myself. But anyways, so I'm going to give you guys a hint. If you really want to clean up your timeline, and I did this before. Remember during Ukraine, the NAFO crowd? Like they were like the guys that like backed Ukraine or whatever. I muted that word. And I'm just gonna tell you guys your timeline will clean up so much more if you mute the word Israel. Because at the end of the day, None of that matters to the United States. They want to proclaim that Israel is our greatest ally. You know who's our greatest ally? The American people. And the American people have been crapped on for decades. So we need to focus on our own country, because if we don't focus on our own country, then we cannot help out everybody else. And I know that's not really America first, but you get the sentiment behind that. We've had open borders for 4 years. We've had 20, 30 million illegals that come in to this country. And we have people online that are just talking about like, oh, if once President Trump is done, guess what? We're going to go after all of ICE and all that stuff. Dude, we still have problems here. We have all these communists that are in this country. We have these pedophiles that are ruling our country. We have got to eradicate these people, guys. So these foreign countries, they don't matter to me at all. And this is coming from a person that has traveled to more than 24 countries. I've been around the world. Yes, they're good people. Let me just be real. There are good Jewish people. There are good Muslims. There are good Christians. There are good Buddhists. Okay, yes, that's fine and dandy. But we have these people that are in power right now. We are suffering. We are the 99 percenters that are suffering all of these problems from the 1% of the people, less than 1% of the people that control this world. And until we fix that problem, we are not going to change the world.
When planes going down, put air mask on yourself. You are no help to anyone else if you pass out. That's true. And
wow,
this is one of the
post that. I'll repost that.
I mean, it's one of the big things that I always talk about is that it's stop my
Sarah.
Oh, that's gold. Oh,
I'm making that into a t-shirt. Oh my god. Ooh, okay, sorry. That one caught me.
You know what? We actually could make that into a t-shirt.
I know. I'm developing a website right now.
Nice. Yeah. That could be a specialty for you. So, yeah, if we decide that anti-Semitism is the number one priority, then we are going to lose. I mean, I feel like we've already lost our culture, and it's heartbreaking. Our culture has been stagnant for 20 plus years, maybe longer. But I mean, if you look at like if you watch The Office, right? The first episode of The Office,
the American version, right? Not the British.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, there's a British version, right?
I've never seen it or heard of it.
Yeah, me either, but I just know there is one.
Well, I mean, yeah. So, but if you go back and you watch The Office, right? You see the clothes that they wear into the office. The style is very similar to what you see today in offices. The only difference is like the size of the computer monitors and like the technology that they had. But the style itself is no different. So our culture's been stagnant for decades now. And I believe it's because we have been focused on well, mostly the companies have been focused on profiting off of nostalgia and perverting things of the past as opposed to creating things new for the future or new. I mean, they don't even have to be new ideas, but they can build off of archetypal stories. But there's been nothing. They haven't created. They've just been trying to like algorithmically refine their profit model. So instead of trying to advance their own company and advance and benefit the American people, their focus has been just on their profit margins and how to maximize profit for whatever product they put out. It hasn't been about innovation. It hasn't been about anything like that. What's up?
So you're telling me you do not like the 100 Marvel movies that come out per year and like Fast and the Furious 9?
No.
You don't?
Dude, the first, like, if you look at the first Fast and Furious and then you look at the last one.
And that's it.
Which was the second one?
I think that was with Ludacris.
Oh, okay. Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
one
Too
was-
Fast, Too Furious. Yeah.
yeah,
So
that one
those
was all
two,
right.
and but like, so it, it's kind of like they don't make products like they used to. Like so, vehicles, furniture, appliances. They're they're tr- they're making these products so under I don't under I guess technology to get people to purchase products and get that dopamine rush. I think that's what you're kind of trying to say. Oh my God, I'm going to get a new washing machine today, and people get pumped up about that. But it should be like, I have a vehicle from the '70s that is still running today. Like I have an old Chevelle or GTO or some classic car. I want a GTO. By the way, that is my
Okay.
dream car. Is a
69?
Pontiac GTO. 100. Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Black, red stripes.
Like in triple, was
Let's
it
do it.
was it in Triple X? Was it a '69 GTO? Did you see that movie with Vin Diesel? Triple X.
Dude, a long time ago. I don't know. GTOs are just that's my jam, dude.
All right.
Give me a GTO
I'll
or
give you that.
American-
I'll give you that. Okay. Look at I think so this last week at my son's birthday party, my buddy
Mhm.
drives I forget what it's called. It's like a Jeep Commander or Commander. I don't know. It's like the Jeep truck, right? Where they have like the miniature truck
Okay.
bed for the Jeep. And it got me thinking about what Jeep has become versus what they started out as. Jeep started out as a vehicle that would go over any terrain, be reliable in war, and you wouldn't have to worry about like the point of Jeep was that the parts were easily replaceable. You could fix them yourself
Correct.
no matter where you were if they broke down, but their main focus was to like, okay, this thing has to go over any kind of terrain, and it has to be easy to fix, and it has to last a long time. And then you look
Yes.
at what they are now, and it's like they're
It's like
they're
plastic.
no different, dude. They're like Kias. They're like just a mom SUV, or you know what? Maybe it's good to put it this way. A little while back, Elon Musk said that people are more concerned about looking good than actually doing good, right? So
Fair.
Jeep, in my eyes, Jeep has become this. It's like a status symbol where they would rather buy the Jeep to look like they can go off road, or that to look they want to present as like a I am this. Like if somebody
Yes.
drives a Jeep, everybody waves. They do their little wave.
They do that.
But they want to, they want to present as something rather than actually being that thing.
A poser.
But that's what everything has become nowadays.
Okay.
Like
yes.
so my brother-in-law makes a shit ton of money. Okay, he makes like a lot more than I do. Okay, and they bought a beautiful house, and they furnished the house with all of this nice stuff. Everything matches. It's all nice, right? But then I looked at like the table that he had, and it looked old. But then I realized that it was vinyl over like particle board to make it look rustic, and it. I was like, I would never buy this. It seems horrible. Why he would like they wanted the look of rustic, but they didn't want to do anything to actually have rustic things. And so it's
Correct.
just it's something that's permeated throughout our entire culture, our entire society is just presenting as something instead of actually being something, instead of embodying it. Like you look at all the TikToker influencers, right? The entire rise of TikTok was all about these influencers making all this money. Meanwhile, they were being paid to be there. They're being paid to be in these mansions to create content for the specific reason of acting like they made a shit ton of money and they lived these lavish lifestyles and all this and that. And so it drew people into believing that that was the best idea, and it's not.
Yes.
Everybody's just posing nowadays, and it sucks. That's why I'm not afraid to say I live in a double wide manufactured home. I have a couple acres of property, okay? In my eyes, it is fucking beautiful. I love owning my own home. Yes. I love having my own space. It doesn't matter how small it is, but I'm not going to shy away and be like and pretend that I live this lavish lifestyle, right? This life of luxury that they say. But it's so frustrating. Oh, you know what? Why church is gay, looking good. This is actually, I mean, he says it, he kind of like butchered the sentence, I think. But
yeah, I was like,
but yeah, church, most churches, or at least a lot of them, have been trying to bring in donations, bring in people for donations, as opposed to actually just preaching the word of God for the sake of preaching the word of God. That's why they all closed down during COVID. That's why most of them just decided that online sermons were good enough, is because most of them aren't preaching the word of God for the sake of preaching the word of God and to save as many people as they can. They were doing it to get more people in to donate. So there's this, again, it's like an algorithmic.
yes,
it's
more
them
people,
trying to figure out how to maximize profit instead of actually just doing something good, instead of embodying the values they wish to see in this world, instead of doing good just to be good as opposed to looking good. I mean, that's most influencers, it's most churches, it's most companies nowadays. It's why Jeep, there's a million accessories you can buy for a Jeep, but you know what? They still put shit axles underneath their Jeeps. They still put all of these like electronics that are going to fail. It's all fake and gay. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Our society is fake and gay.
Think you are an influencer, you're fucking stupid, because you're not influencing anything to me. I hate the word influencer, bro. I have a disdain for that. And like I have a larger account, and some people, like, I'll tell them that and they'll say, "Oh my, are you an influencer?" No, I'm not. I'm just a retard like me and you. Because you know what? At the end of the day, like numbers, they don't matter. You know, I've just been blessed with a large following, but it's about the message and about how you treat other people and treat other people with respect. Like, I'll repost people that have like 100 followers. If it's a post that I really enjoy, I'm going to repost it. Because why? Because I'm not better than anybody else. And we're so inundated with these posers and these fakes and these people that don't give a shit about their followers or any of the other people that are in their circle. And I'm just tired of it, dude. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I
feel twice. Sorry, Q guys.
I feel very similar in the way that when somebody tells me to do something for the sake, and I don't feel like it's genuine, there's something in my brain that tells me not to do it, and I will intentionally not do it. Maybe it's spite, maybe it's ego. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something in my brain that forces me, or at least it'll drive me crazy if I capitulate to it. So, like the COVID lockdowns,
can you
drove me
insane. Because, can you define that for me? I'm from South Louisiana, buddy. Sorry, I didn't get education.
To compromise, to give in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, to give in and actually do it.
So,
and maybe that's why I'm so bad at seeking out sponsors and actually like thriving off of it. Like, even if it's something I believe in, right? Like Smoking Gun Coffee, they sponsored me a long time ago. I love the two guys that run it, and I don't push it very much. our new sponsor, Quitter. Like, I really, really, really believe in this anti-porn movement, and I've been trying to figure out how or what is the best way for me to maximize this, to get people inspired enough to stop watching porn, because it is a difficult sell, right? And if you come at it
True.
from a place of trying to make money, I feel like people will feel as if it's not as genuine.
Genuine,
But
yes, absolutely.
I do want to tell you guys that I've had a ton of sponsorship offers, and for the most part, I've screwed them all up. Just because of the fact that I don't push them like you're supposed to, because I want to feel inspired in order to maybe push their product, or I don't I you know I it's actually
No, I
difficult.
understand. Like, you have to have a sponsor that you truly believe in, or it's going to seem disingenuine, right?
Well,
So,
even if I
like,
do, I believe in Smoking Gun Coffee. I believe,
no, but
like
like,
the
if you
the
have
our old
passion
sponsor,
behind it,
what is it? Shopwithamerica.us. Like, I actually
yeah,
believe in that, but I don't like jumping through hoops for people. So, and this is one of the reasons why I never joined like the Proud Boys, or I never joined, like, I don't join things. I would rather just I would like to create my own. And so that's why the
yeah.
Patriots
I mean,
Per
that's
Network,
respectable,
like,
man.
I like
No,
with
because
Eddie.
you're a leader. You're not a follower, and like different things in life. And same with me. Like, you have like this huge passion for like the nuclear family, which is important, right? But like, we all have our passions, and it doesn't mean anything is less important, but it's just some people that have more of a, I guess, so like for me, like, for example, like, I do like a lot of veterans outreach. Like, I have veterans that will DM me on X saying they have an issue. It's not to say like the nuclear family or any of this are, pushing Christian values is not important, but it is just something that's like on my mind constantly, because I've been there, and I understand like a lot of these veterans out there, they're not getting respected or treated like they should. And I just feel that drive. So, like, maybe it's God's purpose in my life to do this. It's all about your purpose and what God has put you on this planet to do. Like, if it's your sole purpose to spread the message of Christ, go for it. If it's yours to push a nuclear family, go for it. If it's yours for the betterment of, I don't, anything. Like, you just have to know what your skill set is and what you're comfortable with and what you want to do. And that's just everybody, right? Everybody has a different passion or a skill set or something some purpose that they really want to do in life, and they have that drive because they feel that fire that's in their chest that wants to push them forward to do that.
I wonder if I can inspire people to, like, one of my main goals in starting to speak out was inspiring people to live out um, their potential, right? Because I feel like a lot of people have been settling. That's why a substantial majority of Americans are overweight. That's why a substantial majority of Americans watch porn, is because they're settling in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
Instead of building what they can and should, they're settling for what they're given. And they're settling for porn as opposed to making a beautiful sex life with their partner, right? With their wife or their husband, or who you know what I mean.
Hmm.
And like, one of the main things I've been trying to show people is how beautiful life can be without a lot of the fancy crap that they're shown on Instagram or on YouTube, or all of these influencers that have all of this stuff and all of this money, and they have all these, like, yeah, like the Andrew Tate, you know, who will come out and be like, I'm surrounded by women all the time, and that's what a man should be, is a man controls a woman, and a man does whatever the fuck he says, you know.
Well, you got me on that one.
It's just
yeah, I understand what you're getting at. Absolutely.
But yeah, really, you know, you should make a ton of money, get all these Lambo cars, and drive them around really fast and smoke a cigar. Like, that is life you're supposed to achieve. When in all reality,
Redneck
that's
Andrew
not.
Tate.
That's not what's beautiful in life. Like, what was really beautiful was this entire last week when my son was looking around and he was calling for Balto throughout the entire week. And then when I brought Balto back home, my wife started crying, and my sons, they were overly excited, and it was all a moment where it felt like a family member had come back home, and it was something that we lost, right? It's just a dog. Like, in all reality, he's just a dog. We didn't lose a family member or anything like that. But it was such a special moment.
Man. Like, things that are in your life that mean something to you. That's family, bro. I don't care if it's a dog or a cat or a fucking toucan. If it means to you, man, if it means something to you, like, if you love that object, like that piece of life, that is your family.
Yeah. Yeah, and
you know, like, because like if one of my dogs ran away, man, I would be devastated. I mean, I understand what you're getting at. Like, it is what it is, man. So many people that I know, like, they treat their animals, like, or their dogs or their cats, like their absolute family. And bro, it's not bad to say that. Like, you know, they call a man's best friend for a reason. Because
the only reason I hesitate on saying that, and, like, you're right, Steve, that
I'm just gonna say they will love you unconditionally, bro.
That's true.
You know,
the only reason I hesitate to push that idea is that there's been a lot of millennials that believe that they don't, or that they shouldn't have kids because they can have dogs, or that they can fill that hole, that void, by just having dogs as opposed to having kids. What makes my dogs special is the fact that they interact with my kids, that they protect my kids. Like, the special part about all the animals that we have is that it brings an extra element to our family, as opposed to them being our family. So that's the only distinction I would like to make, because I know people my age that they have birthdays for their dogs because they don't have kids.
Yeah, and insane people. Come on.
No, it's not insane people. It's women. It's women who have been tricked. It's women who have been tricked into believing that you shouldn't have a kid because of climate change, or because it's too expensive, or whatever it is. And so their maternal instincts come out, and they throw birthday parties for their dogs because they want a family. And so they use this cheap replacement. Like, dogs will never replace kids. Like, if you can't have kids, then it can bring some peace to your soul. But if you choose not to have kids, and you choose a life of giving your dogs birthday parties and trying to celebrate them and saying that they're your kids, then it is a cheap replacement. So that's the only reason why I hesitate saying that they're part of my family. Like, I love my dogs. I really, really do. They are amazing, incredible, loyal, loving creatures. But I don't want people to think that it is an acceptable replacement to have kids. That's it. That's the only reason.
So the reason why I say
Maybe I'm
insane
crazy. I don't know.
is maybe because like human life will always supersede any animal, and I think the majority of sane America understands that, right? And yes, I do understand your point, not trying to promote like, oh my gosh, my cat's my daughter or something like that, right? But I do think animals provide so much more to a life of a human that people like to give credit for. So, for example, like my dog Frankie, he understands when like they pick up on like human pheromones, and when someone is having like a really down day, there is just so much more attention. Like the obviously they can't talk, so it'd be more like nonverbal, where like a dog will come up to you and like try to like snuggle with you more because they can feel the intensity or the pressure. So I think there, I don't think a lot of people give enough credit to their pets and how they understand their masters or their owners on what they're going through. I think there's a much deeper connection, and that's why I feel like they're family. And I'm not saying like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm going to throw a birthday party and have a surprise birthday party for Frankie. No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? But I am going to treat the animal like they're part of my family because they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Kilburn says pets heal you, and that what is this name? Laura Dax says they really do. They
Do
mourn
I
and have
follow you,
feelings.
Dora?
I think
Laura
I
Dax,
love that.
please put your handle. Put your handle in the comments. I want to make sure I'm following you because you have been very, very like you've been commenting a lot, and you've been really awesome. I don't know how to look that up.
Jerome says, though God made the animals by speaking before he used his hands to make us, breathed his life into our nostrils. So maybe animals are cool because they were made for us. He also had Adam name them all, but the animals are very special to God, most being food and sustenance for us, but a lot being made to be important parts of our lives. Yeah.
Just followed you, Laura. She doesn't follow me, but I'll.
You're breaking up a little bit, Steve. Or actually a lot.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
breaking up a lot. But,
Elon.
Jerron, I really, I, I know that the animals were put here for us to use, and they are very important, special, and a vital part of our lives, whether it be to eat or whether it be to be a companion of some kind, right? Like a loyal sidekick of some sort. But I just know that I've never had a dog run away or be lost or anything like that. Both of my shepherds for the last 6 years have been incredibly loyal. They're amazing dogs. They're very, very well trained. I can literally take them anywhere off leash. They will always listen to me. They won't get into fights. They will do everything that I say. And then I got a husky, and I tried to train him, and it's a little bit different. All right, huskies have a little bit more of a wild spirit, and they are a little bit more rambunctious and don't like to listen to commands the same way that my shepherds do. So he's presented some certain challenges, and I was for this past week I've been confused, a little frustrated, and I mean, plus with me working late as much as I did, and with it being Butterfly Day, and then of course my son and wife's birthday. I mean, there was so much going on, but I guess I was really just trying to figure out the relationship I'm supposed to have with my dogs, because I mean they're incredibly loyal and loving creatures, and I guess with him just coming back, it made me and my wife and my kids I mean, it was an incredible moment. So it felt like a completion
Reunion?
again, right? Yeah. It was
Yes.
it was really good. It was great.
And
But
that's
you know
kind of
what? I
wanna
don't have a
take from Brett.
Lambo. I don't have a Lambo. I don't have I don't have a bunch of women waiting for me. No. I have one wife. I have 2 kids. I have 3 dogs, and it's amazing. My life is incredible because I actually focus on what's really, really important, and hopefully I can share that and get that message out to people that you don't have to have a ton of money. You don't have to have all of this stuff that all
Absolutely,
and
man.
you don't have to look like you have this fancy influencer life that people think that you should have. You don't have to have it.
I just want to point out, Maurice, if these animals didn't mean anything to you and you didn't consider them family, you wouldn't have beaten yourself up so hard about it, because you know how important they are to you.
Yeah.
And I do want to bring up one comment. Hang on. I think we're about to close this out. But is this the AI, Steve? No, I am not, because I would be better looking right now, just so you know.
You wouldn't have that little bit of gray showing up down here, you know?
Oh, man, dude, like for real.
Is
I
it
diet
shiny
now.
or is it gray? Is it it looks
Yes.
shiny.
Yeah. No, I'll put oil in it right before the show. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do
Papa
that.
Bear.
Oh, Papa Bear, APB. Man, I feel like we're just getting started on the show, man.
I know. We just made a comeback, you guys. Maybe we'll be able to do this again Friday, but we should end it. We do have to record a video after this for our sponsor.
Twitter.
So
I know.
we have to do it. It has to be tonight. We've been putting it off for way too long.
I know.
So we got to do it. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this podcast if you can. Please tune in on Monday. We will be back. And
For sure.
John says you owe us all for the lost time. I know. I'm sorry.
All right, I got another hour and a half in me. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you guys for tuning in, for sending all the comments here. I love reading through and knowing that.
Yeah, me too. So, like, if I laugh during like a serious conversation, it's because somebody in the comments says something really funny. Like Maha Rushi was like, part of the training process for dogs is you have to bite them. You got to search and dominance. So, yeah, it made me laugh.
Yeah. Oh man. There's been a ton of good moments with my dogs, man.
Jaron,
it's
if
all
I had
been
a
really
nickel
good.
for every time somebody told me that.
It's mostly your wife.
Whatever.
His nickname is Two Pump Chump.
You got me. So this is, man, I love it. Like, so I'm like, dude, I really want to go another 15 minutes because this is so good. But alas, I think, are we shutting down the show?
Yeah, we got to. You guys, I love you guys. Good night. God bless you all. God bless America. We will see you on Monday. You know what, Steve, I actually want to talk to you a little bit about holding subscriber spaces as well, because I feel like I've been neglecting my subscribers on X and not giving them what they deserve. So I will talk to you about that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Much love. God bless. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Dusty plains and broken dreams, Cowboys and Indians on the same team. We got no masters, only our creed to break the chains and set us free. Riders on the prairie, the wild and free, bows and arrows, Colt 45's decree. No more tyranny, no more lies. Under open skies we rise. Fight, fight, fight till we reclaim the night. Cowboys and Indians in the blazing light. Fight, fight, fight till the dawn is near. in the night.